Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. We got 9 wins in a row. We won as the keeper. Give me the keeper again. I'm not afraid. Don't actually do it. Don't be, come on. That's Lazarus. That's better. I would have done it. 07XRQK2Q. This is a video I'm recording the day after I recorded the video that just went out, or it went up yesterday, I should say. In that time, the city of Vancouver has been blanketed by another day of snow with 2 more days to come. It's Gotterdammerung out there. People are driving around on fixed bicycles on top of the freaking snow, texting. Buses are stranded on the Granville Street Bridge, and there's no end in sight. Nobody here owns a snow shovel. They're out there pouring table salt on top of the 12 inches we got yesterday and going, that should take care of it. It's madness. Luckily, I have not really had to leave the house today. I did leave I went and bought some groceries. The grocery store was still open, which is nice. Because I do like to eat. What did I get at the grocery store? This requires a story. I got eggs, ketchup, white vinegar. There were 4 things. Eggs, ketchup, white vinegar, something else. Why the eggs and the ketchup? Kate's been making a lot of omu rice. That is essentially fried rice wrapped in an omelet with a little bit of ketchup on it. To be honest, I don't really like the ketchup. I roll a little sriracha instead. It's a good lunch. Could be a good dinner even, depending on what you put in it. Why the vinegar? That's where it gets more complicated. We had a handyman come into our house today. Because we had to get a couple of things fixed that, you know, basically, little HVAC stuff not working too well, and one of the sinks in the bathroom was a little bit messed up. He didn't fix the sink in the bathroom, so Kate just looked up like a home remedy. I thought the home remedies only existed for people, but they exist for appliances as well. And she fixed it by just soaking like one of the parts of the sink in white vinegar, so the problem solved. I actually have no memory of what the other thing on the list was. Whatsoever. Oh, we're free. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Go ahead and hit me. I'm unconcerned right now. You know why? I got my game plan already lined up. It is my intention, in all likelihood, to pass away once on this floor for the purposes to make better our run in the future. Look at that. So we will just grab this. Now we'll walk into fires. Don't hit me, please. Thank you. It's a little spooky to do this with Lazarus, and only having 1 extra spirit heart to draw from. But I think it's okay. Now the first thing we're gonna do is a little spicy. Please don't be a bad pill. That's very good. Honestly, like, pretty close to being extraordinarily good. Go grab this. Tears are great. Damage is great. Speed is great. HP is in a rough spot, but that's to be expected. I'll even take a little bit of time. You know, this is 10 wins. That's an important number. It's more than the Canucks got to. They only won 7 in a row. That's okay. The team that they lost to then lost to one of the worst teams in the NHL. That's the way. That's how you know the league has parity. Or is a parity, depending on your preferences here. I'm just shooting the fires because I want to get... I mean, cash would be nice, but a spirit heart would be even grander. I feel like there's a rhyme in there somewhere. Like, you know... Nice is nice, but I'll holler for dollars. That kind of... I don't know if I would go with that one. That one just kind of came off the top of the head. I think it's liable to be misinterpreted. Alright, this is very tricky. Because we do want this If we stepped on the spikes, we would have been killed, though. So I think that... I know it's dangerous, but the ability to fly, especially at half price, was so worth it. All we need to do now is get a Spirit Heart. But that... I mean, if you weren't following the reason why that was scary, you can be forgiven. The reason why it was scary is because if, while in the process of walking over to Spirit of the Night, if we had stepped on the spike and then picked up Spirit of the Night, we would have died. That's not to say we couldn't have bailed out. You know, we could have stepped on it and been like, oh crap, and then ran away really fast. But, you know, you'd probably prefer not to rely on that sort of, you know, happenstance, kismet, and lightning in a bottle whenever possible. If you know what I mean. Okay. Not good, but... Well, there's no but. Really just not good. Would have much preferred to have spent that key to go to the shop and blown up our donation machine. See, those are the little things I should be paying attention to. I do notice there's been an Isaac regression, okay? I'm here to say it. I think it's the honest to goodness truth. I think I make... I think I miss out on some of the things that would make for a more consistently successful Isaac run versus maybe like 5 years ago. I know that won't matter because most of the people watching this probably weren't even born 5 years ago. It's just a mean-spirited joke. I apologize. Actually, when I look at my video demographics, you know, I'll pull one of them up live for you here, okay? Let me give you an honest-to-goodness breakdown of the Northernlion viewer, and you can see how you fare, or how you compare, I should say. So we'll look at an Isaac episode here. Audience. Okay, you ready? First off, 15.3% of you watching these videos are not subscribed. What's wrong with you? Just click the button. It's the easiest thing in the world. It would make me feel better. I appreciate it. Here's one for you. 95.5% male, 4.5% female. Those numbers are up. I used to be at a 98.2, but that's a pretty significant discrepancy in the gender breakdown. 48% of you are from the United States, 8% from the United Kingdom, 7% from Canada, 4% from Germany, 3% from Australia. Hello? Age. People ask you, NL, why aren't you scared of COPA, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act? 13 to 17-year-olds, 0.8% of my audience. 18 to 24, 38%. 25 to 34, 48%. 35 to 44, 9.5%. Hey, 2.7%, 45 to 54. Can I hit you with something surprising? 1% of you are over the age of 65, or perhaps lied when they were getting the account set up. Look at that. That's interesting to me. That's an interesting breakdown. For one, look, can I hit you with something that I shouldn't say? Because it... I've been renewing my passion for YouTube in 2020. I'm not going to say I ever was passionless about it, but I did probably for the last couple of years have been a little bit more like, I'll just, you know, knock out the videos I need to knock out, put in new series now and then to, you know, keep the fun going, and, you know, that's that. Now I'm getting back to it, you know, building, like, you know, these fun edited videos out and stuff like that. This is just a little scary. That's okay. And I would love to get to the... I mean, just seeing the numbers move in a positive direction is nice. But of course, you know, my heart of hearts, would I love to see, you know, 850,000 subscribers this year? Yeah. 900? Sure. 950, 1 million? Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I, right? But I also understand why 17% of the people watching the video are not subscribed. Because I don't really subscribe to YouTube channels either. I know. I shouldn't say it. NL, you're going to cost yourself some subscriptions. You could have guilted people. Hold on, I have to think about this one. Where would the secret room be? There's so many, I would say too many secret room locations. Second secret room as well? Yeah? Okay, well, give me one sec here. I feel like, I mean, to be honest with you, my following list on Twitch is public. I don't think there's a way to make it private. I follow like maybe under 30 channels on Twitch, and I've been on that platform for like 6 or 7 years, you know? So we're talking about a guy who, I'm not much of a follower. And that doesn't mean I don't watch content. I probably don't watch that much, but, you know, I still watch some. But I'm like, are you following and subscribing? Sometimes I'm like, it's too much for me. That won't be necessary. Don't waste the traffic. Don't waste the kilobytes on sending the data packet, you know? This is very spooky. This is a very spooky situation. I don't want to be that close. I also want that barrel to explode. My lord. I shouldn't have done it. Get him. He's lived. HP? Range up! Are you crazy? I'm the kind of guy, like, you know, I follow some of the same podcasts. And have done so for, like, you know, years. People are like, oh, what podcast app do you use? What are you talking about? Podcast app? My ears? Are you talking about my ears? No, I go to dancarlin.com/hardcorehistory.aspx. I don't need an app. It's one dude. Hey, game, could you sell some spirit hearts? I'm struggling mightily right now. Could really use your support. I thought about buying that card there. Still thinking about it, to be honest. Could be Hierophant. Some other means of saving ourselves. That feels like a secret room to me, but I'm gonna wait it out slightly. Big whoop. We could always fish for magic mush, but I don't. But it's a big room coming up. It's all right because we can fly. It's not so bad. That being said, I would of course love it if you subscribe. If you just go to youtube.com/Northernlion every day, that's fine too. It doesn't bother me either way. If you're here watching the videos, I'm not gonna. Sometimes people, they ask you questions, and the questions are from a place of, you know, they're what's the opposite of mean-spirited? Kind-hearted. They'll say things like, NL, I want to watch the Twitch VODs, but I want to watch them where they support you the most. Should I watch them on YouTube, or should I watch them on Twitch? And the answer is whatever's most comfortable for you. Because you're asking a question that's like, you know, we're comparing two very small numbers. Let me put it that way. I know you're like, I watch a lot of videos. Yeah, but you don't watch this many. I promise you that. You should watch whatever is most comfortable for you. I may say that with no malice involved. You know, that's why I move them to YouTube sometimes. If you like watching them on YouTube, go watch them on YouTube. If you like watching them on Twitch, go watch them on Twitch. It's definitely faster that way. You know what? I'm going to get spicy here. I'm going to Yera this to see what the card is. It's the Fool, which is not bad. We could have gotten some extra bombs out of it, but, you know, we're playing a very analytical game of Isaac right now. That's unfortunately not helpful for us at all. Do you think that this could be our secret room right here? I think we should take a peek. Kind of, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures, you know what I mean? And I mean, I've been fishing. I've been on a fishing expedition here. I am surprised. You know what? Actually, I'm not surprised at all that less than 1% of my audience is between 13 and 17. And I mean that sincerely. Because I think I had always had this idea in my head that YouTube is, you know, YouTube videos are watched by the younger generation. He lived! They are. But 13 to 17 is not one generation younger than me anymore. It's like 3 generations younger than me. I know that I have no appeal to the 13 to 17 demographic. Thank you! We earned that. It was lucky, and simultaneously we earned it. I know that I have, well, I won't say no appeal, but very little appeal to that demographic, because I'm making these absolutely hilarious TikToks on the regular, getting no traction whatsoever. Everybody just says, okay, boomer. I'm not a boomer, I'm 31. Boomers still think I'm a little kid, okay? I can't cut it both ways. But I think I'm smack dab in that millennial relatable zone. I think my humor does pretty well in the millennial demographic. Zoomers? Nah. Boomers, they also don't get it, because it's... sometimes I can make a boomer laugh. I'm not going to say I've never been able to make a boomer laugh. I would perjure myself. But I'm definitely... here's the way I look at it. On Twitch, I'm doing okay right now. I think we're making decent content. On YouTube, I'm killing the game. Crushing it. Tier lists, bringing the house down. Serious meme content on a daily basis. No thank you. It's too risky. On TikTok, I'm putting out stinker after stinker. I'm learning where my content does best. And the answer is YouTube and Twitch. Twitch is equal, if not greater. Or greater, if not equal. I always forget how to structure that word. Anyway. If not is not really one word, but you get the gist of it. Y'all be careful. We've played super well on this run. For a run where I was insulting my own ability, we haven't taken a hit in a long time. Horf. Figured it was worth a shot. What did I tell you? We're playing a good game right now. I'll blow all this up. Arguably, should play the fortune tellers, but it's a calculated gamble, because I also want to... if possible, still have a chance to make boss rush, which seeming a little bit unlikely. But if we could make boss rush, it would be sweet. Let's go. Because we do have a fool card, but anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The 90, it shouldn't make me feel bad, and it doesn't really make me feel bad, but I do wish that you know, the gender breakdown was a little bit more balanced. You know what I mean? Because I don't think I make content that is particularly masculine, if that makes sense. I think I have a relatable aura. I mean, 95.5 is like 19 dudes in a room of 20 people. That's on the high side, you know? That's like what I would expect if you had a channel that was called, like, Dude Things. Where you did dude things that I, as of right now, can't even really think of, to be honest with you. But I guess, you know, playing an indie video game a lot is kind of a dude thing. It's not to say it's exclusively for dudes, it's for everybody, but probably does... You know, you're taking a... It's not that my content is taking a balanced group of individuals and is sifting them and going like, hey, just give me 19 men for every 20 human beings. You know? I'm probably pulling from a pool that's maybe like, you know, 15 to 5 to begin with, you know? I don't need to simplify the fraction. I'm just getting the point across. So that's fair. I mean, I don't feel bad about it. It is what it is. If I knew how to cultivate more feminine interest, would have been more relevant in my pre-married days. As long as my wife's still watching. Well, she's not really, but that's okay too. Honestly, that like quite literally doesn't bother me at all. I saw a tweet that I thought was absolutely asinine the other day, so I should have filed it away in the Isaac Banks to get brought up. And so I did, I guess. It was, hey, creators, respect yourself enough to, like, not be with someone who doesn't read your work. And then a lot of creators who I respect went, dude, what the heck are you talking? That's ridiculous. And I agree. My wife doesn't watch all the content I produce. She watches the stuff she finds interesting and ignores the rest, the way that I think you should. I don't watch all the stuff that she produces, you know? You know why? Because life's too short. I feel like, to be fair, if if one of us wrote a novel and the other one was like, I'm not gonna read it, that would be a different story. To be honest, though, I feel like if I wrote a novel, I wouldn't pressure my wife to read it. I would be like, you know, hey, I wrote a novel, and she'd be like, yeah, I know, I live with you. It's been 2.5 years since you've been working on it. And I would be like, oh, right. And then I would be like, well, we don't really need that. I'd be like, no, I still don't really need that either. Honestly, there was a time, but I don't think it's that useful anymore. I said no to Pyromaniac, it's true. I don't want the HP, I want some damage upgrades. 5 bombs is not good enough. Okay, well, we should have gone probably with Pyromaniac, but it is what it is. Or Spider Butt, really, for that matter. Hold on, there's one more secret room right here, in all likelihood. We've been playing a great game so far. Very little unnecessary damage. I would be like, well, I'm submitting it to the publisher. If you want to read it, just let me know. If she never brought it up again, I would be like, totally fine. You know? You gotta be supportive. Like, I hope she would be tweeting, hey, my husband came out with a book. But you don't have to read it. I think that's just madness. If watching the videos is pure insanity, though. You know, you got a lot of responsibilities. This is one of the recurring themes of my later Isaac period. Adult life carries a lot of stuff with it. You know? On any given day, I'm doing a lot of things you wouldn't think about, like, that you necessarily have to do, if that makes sense. Sometimes, you know, I'll put in, like, an 8-hour workday. And then I look at the clock and I'm like, it's 11 p.m. And I'm like, why is it 11 p.m.? And I'm like, oh, that's right, because I had to buy groceries, cook dinner, do the dishes, and take out the garbage. Just doing that sucked up like another, you know, 3 hours. I watched half an hour of a television show, fell asleep pretending to just rest my eyes, because apparently if you ever admit that you're falling asleep on the couch, it's a sign of idiocy. And now it's bedtime. Your time gets taken real quickly. We can't afford to be watching, you know, I mean, you can watch whatever you want if you got the time for it, but, you know, you can't afford to be watching, you know, hours and hours of content daily just out of a sense of duty. That being said, it would really pump up my demographics numbers, so I would appreciate it. Anyway. I've been thinking about that lately as I've been putting out more and more stinkers on TikTok. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm not a cross-generational jokester. I hesitate to say comedian because, you know, I don't think I've ever been paid to tell a joke. I have been paid to stop telling them on occasion. And that's the dream. But, I think millennials find my humor very comical. People a little bit older than that, not always. Sometimes they... Well, Zoomers think I'm old. I'm telling you, that's just the baldness talking. Once you get to that point, you'll understand. And I'll still be here, you know? But they are not going to stay Zoomers forever. They're going to age into that 18 to 25 category. That is so tasty to advertisers. Where was I going with this? I think it's like, here's my take on the situation. We gotta try. It happens. I think my humor is too Zoomer for boomers, but too boomer for Zoomers. Like, when I tell a joke to a boomer, they always want to... And I apologize for stoking the fires of generational warfare. I just mean boomer as in a person who's like 10 years older than me. And basically, I'm talking about my parents. They're like the only boomers I know, and they're not even boomers. They were born in like the mid-1960s. Sure, I'll take it. But sometimes I like tell a joke and they laugh at it because I'm their only son, and then they go, yeah, but seriously, like the subject you're joking about, we should have a serious conversation about that. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I know it's a serious issue. I'm deflecting from it with humor because I don't want to talk about it. Other millennials get that. It's baked into our DNA. I feel like when I make jokes in the company of Zoomers, I make the joke, nobody laughs, and they go, that's pretty funny, but Australia's on fire. And I'm like, I know! I didn't cause it. I'm not trying to take away from... Yeah, okay, Stan Luna, sure, whatever. Just hit the top right button on your way out. That's all I ask. Dude, what am I talking about? Why is this the slowest fast run of all time? Can I be genuine, by the way? When was the last time we were hit by an enemy? I mean, oh my god, so deserved. I don't call myself deserving on many runs. We don't even need anything here. Just smash that like button and see if you get something here. Definitely do not care whatsoever for the mysterious hourglass. Okay, that is not an enemy. This is a friend we haven't met. There's a difference. I don't think we've been hit by an enemy or a hazard since, like, the second floor. I'm being actually sincere. I don't know what... I gotta start recording more Isaac late in the day. This is incredible. Did we get carried? Yeah, eventually. But I carried us until the carry showed up. And I'll always have that. We don't even... I can't believe we're at max HP. This is a staggering situation. What floor are we on? Depths 2? Depths 2? Oh, dude, this is a cruise waiting to happen. Look at that. We also have Goat Head, so we can hit the space bar. Oh, yeah, really smart idea there. Whatever, we got Leviathan out of it. So we can hit the space bar like every room if we choose. Do I care about taking another nail with us? No, not at all. I mean, like, we don't need the nail to survive is what I'm trying to say. The nail will not be necessary. It's an accessory that is not needed. I am recording this later in the day, by the way. I notice later in the day I get a little, the voice gets a little breathier. Sometimes people go, is NL tired when he's recording this? Well, yeah, but like not any more tired than, you know, normal at this time of day. I got a very solid sleep schedule sorted out right now, and everything's pretty much going, you know, I mean, as well as it can in January. We have been hit, canceled Christmas. Except for the blizzard, but honestly, like, it's gonna stay open. The blizzard is mostly just annoying. It's not, you know, I wanted to make sure. Excuse me, did that not cost us anything? I want to get back to permanent Polaroid invincibility. I can live with that. The thing that shocked me about the so-called Vancouver blizzard. First off, yeah, I get it. It's colder where you live. Next time you have a headache, you have a headache? Well, that must be terrible for you. Some people out there have brain tumors, you know? We could play this game all day. Unless you're in last place globally that day. Please don't complain about anybody else's complaints publicly. Privately, you can do whatever you want. I'm sure we all do it. It's the spirit of Canadian politeness, is being polite to your face and just talking a whole bunch of smack about you behind your back when we think you're not paying attention. We have an automated transit system in Vancouver. It's called the SkyTrain, which is a comical name, I'll admit. Dan made fun of it. You know what they call the public transit in Detroit? The People Mover! Go Google Detroit People Mover. I promise. Don't click on any suspicious links. I don't know, on the dark web that might be like slang for buying a gun or something. But it's a real thing. Every time Dan makes fun of a Canadian thing, just keep in mind how close Michigan is. Anyway, suffice it to say, it is called the SkyTrain. It's run exclusively on autonomous systems. It's not that fancy, I've seen it. They use like 7 3/4 inch floppy disks. But anyway, I mean, it's not like it's complicated instructions. Go, stop, go. It's not that hard. Is this Bookworm? Hear me out here. Is this bookworm? Oh, the world will never know. Let's not worry about it. Our automated system had to be, well, the company, and I've never seen this happen in Vancouver before. Mind you, I've only lived here for 7 years, but still, the company that services the trains was like, please don't ride the trains today. People were like, what? How the heck am I supposed to get to work? I didn't want to drive because the roads are bad. So I thought I would take the thing on rails that doesn't even require a human driver. And the company was like, please no. Unless you absolutely have to travel today, please do not even take the train. Because it's Terranean. You know, it's not subterranean. Parts of it are, but parts of it, I mean, much of it rides over the ground. It's wild to me. You know, it's just living in a city unequipped for snow. To be fair, everybody always acts like it's so foolish. They should just prepare for the snow. But I'm sure if you're like, you know, on city council and it snows, you get like 1 blizzard per decade. You're like, we could probably cut a little bit from the snow budget to fight like the actual opioid crisis, right? We could pull the, you know, 10 grand out of the snowplow budget. I can see how that decision would be made. Now, for now, they look like fools, don't get me wrong. We don't really care about doubling any of this, so there you go. Well, I guess they don't look like fools. I've just, you know, I haven't interfaced with the opiate crisis in Vancouver myself, so, you know, I don't know, maybe the resources I've gotten helping that have helped out a lot. In which case, they shouldn't feel foolish at all. They should feel vindicated. Should have chosen a much less touchy subject in hindsight. I apologize. You know what I don't apologize for? Is high-key, it's a zoomer word, high-key, one of the most well-played Isaac runs we've had recently. It's masked by the fact that we also performed, like, or we got, like, incredible items out of it. But there was a large period of time on this run where it really seemed like we would not win, or could not win. We were really, you know, scraping the bottom of the barrel, like me looking for Northernlion tries candidates, trying to pick up a single spirit heart where none existed. Even I wouldn't have thought it could, you know, it could get this strong before the end. Like, this is ridiculous. It's over. I mean, it was like 5 minutes to beat the womb all the way through to the chest. That's very solid. I mean, that's way better than solid. This ended up being a fast run, even though we didn't hit boss rush. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. That's 10 wins in a row. Subscribe if you're in the 17%. That watches these without subscribing, just to put a smile on my face. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.